Hey you! Yeah you. Is GregTech too easy for you? Do you struggle holding back whilst making large-scale factories, causing your game to crash? Do you wish you didn't have to wait 50 million years for the recipe to process, such that you can play a difficult modpack? Do you wish to garner the experience the average chemist gains in their day-to-day work? Then you, my friend, should get a chemistry degree and might be interested in Supersymmetry. Featuring realistic chemistry processes that have been balanced to accommodate your short attention span, capabilities towards building complexes that would make Factorio veterans blush, the ability to spunk 20 hours of the game before you can do all that properly because you are still in the early game, and, of course, a smidge of trolling capabilities for both you and your foes. For flavor, of course. So join me in this part of the journey towards complete gratification, and bear witness to... Welcome back. Previously on Supersymmetry, we've done all of this. We've started the world, we've gotten into the Bronze Age, we got the first bronze machines, we got a bunch of kilns, we got a primitive smelter, we got some coke ovens, we got some primitive blast furnaces, we got some farms, we got some food, we got some chicken. So that's that. We've done that. So today, we do the Bronze Age. The Bronze Age, Bronze James. At the end of this video, we want to reach LP. That is the goal. And to get started, I crafted myself some storage racks to place all of my items into one inventory, such that I wouldn't have to flick through a few dozen chests every time I needed a specific item until I reached EV, where I can get the A2 system. The only thing it costs me is some steel, and given the fact that what it costs me to get steel is time and a mining hammer durability, it is quite the bargain. This is going to be somewhat of a recurring theme with most resources throughout the episode, so I won't usually bother demonstrating what it took to get the components of a recipe show. My game crashed because I tried to... Man, come on, man. That's rather bit interesting. Sure. With all the realistic chemistry in the world, why does this not need external water? Steam power obviously needs water, so the first advancement I will make is conjuring the larger than average and weirdly shaped box of infinite water. TM, patented. Manufacturer is not responsible for depth dismemberment. That's only one. Damn it. And naturally, I made two of these. In spite of the fact that I'm quite literally standing above an ocean, it would take a severe concussion, several strokes of various origin, and at least 2 to 3 lobotomies before I would even consider feeding steam boilers manually with water. Nice. This will just prevent water from slushing back and forth all over the place, which makes throughput much more consistent. So now, do like this, which will gradually heat power things up, allowing us to make steam, which is fantastic. So then I have to ask, does it jiggle? Despite the fact that I could practically conjure metals out of my rear end, it is not an excuse to use the hand method of crafting metal plates. Because of this, I inserted some iron in the steam compressor that we crafted last time to create their block variant, to allow me to make a vanilla animal in order to make the steam forge hammer. There's no reason not go for the best. So, therefore, with this, we can make our things cheaper, a little bit cheaper. Apparently we can't auto output, which is quite a bit unfortunate. Before I continue, I took a step back to the past to upgrade my existing stone anvil, used for crushing coal deposited into coal by a factor of 4, ensuring I won't grow impatient with the early game. The next major machine is the alloy smelter. I hired this one for the purpose of making glass used for the liquid bronze boilers. The liquid boilers were manufactured and used all over the steam age as creosote is sewage water cheap, and every other steam boiler, minus its big brother, is objectively worse than its pack, and the alloy smelter will be useful for other things as well. Soon thereafter, I made the macerator, which is completely useless because it is actually an ingredient in the steam grinder. It will be useful for quite a number of things, but its most noteworthy function is ore doubling. Granted, my resource consumption is not nearly high enough to justify making it for that reason, but it's better to make it now rather than make it knee-deep in MV, or until it's near obsolescence. Thereafter, I began preparing for rubber by making a steam roaster. This will be used to roast pyre or dust into sulfur and an irrelevant byproduct. Afterwards, I made the machines responsible for the latex, the vulcanizing press, and the latex collector. Holy it took so much. Oh, high pressure. Once those are crafted, I begin preparing for the coagulation tank. That was bolts. I'm stupid. I'm so fucking dumb. Wow, okay. We'll just waste that. Have it for next time, I guess. While it may seem more technically demanding to craft rubber with 3 or 4 steps compared to the usual 1, I still won't be bothering to over-dramatize this pack as difficult simply because it has 3 extra steps necessary to craft a key item. Yet. Do note this for me. Just because it's realistic, doesn't mean it's difficult. Of course, why don't you put that fuck? It being easy doesn't make me preemptively realize the correct position of the setup would be next to the steam grinder, as there is a second bronze boiler there, and I can save more time by placing it there instead. The downside is that I have to tear down the coagulation tank and replace it 10 blocks away, which is a bit of a hassle, but regardless, it was done. Got it. Crush this. Bars. After a bit while of processing pyrite to get the sulfur, I sent it to the vulcanizing press alongside some solid latex with a plate mold to finally get my rubber. It's coming out. It's coming out. Look at that. Rubber plates. I can finally rub my cock. Rubbing it. I'm rubbering it. I'm rubbing it. The next thing I set out to do is to make the multi-block steam oven. But before then, here's what happens when I can't get a catalyst. Every year, millions of GregTech players suffer from not finding the ore they want. Spread the word by liking and subscribing. What's going on? Thank you. Right, now callous for me. You got it. Grind wood to pulp using a steam macerator, crafting it water. SMH. Crafting it water. Before the steam oven, I made myself some more storage in the form of storage racks, and more notably, a backpack. There we go. Backpack. Awesome. And then I went looking for some ores. Ooh, spooky cave noises. Ooh. Man, I love exploring this cave. I sure hope nothing bad happens. Hello, said the caveman. Notably redstone. There we go, there's a redstone. And more importantly, nickel in the form of garnierite. There we go, there's garnierite. Wrench. Yes. A firebox. Yep, a firebox. 28 seconds, what the fuck? There we go, steam oven. After finishing the due process for the structure, I fully employed a steam oven of the role that could have been achieved by a vanilla furnace if it were craftable. Next, I moved some of my old multi-blocks further into my base. This is mostly just cleanup and future-proofing as to not have to meander around for 2 stacks of pig iron. Next, I made the steam oven and its high pressure variant, which will be more significant later on. I then furthered my cleanup by roughly automating the coke ovens. It's just adding some hatches, inserting coal, and extracting coke and creosote, but it saves a lot of time in the long run. Plus, it segues nicely into centralizing my steam production, as well as making my piping nicer. I then made myself a primitive gas mask, using some string from cotton, which I won't show how I got, because I'm very tired and sleepy. and I want a hot spider mob, we want to get to the beneath for some resources. So briefly, I went down to bedrock, went to the beneath to touch it.
Okay, the beneath has been touched. Let's go back down.
Then I went back up to make 2 mini gas masks.
Because I don't have enough paper, that's fine.
Before heading back to the beneath properly this time. We're here for 2 things. Magnesite for magnesia catalyst, and more importantly, graphite to use with LV motors, which are obviously very important for LV machinery. It's fine, mistakes happen. I will make them again.
Man, put on some lights. Really? Bruh. Ugh.
So anyways, after scouring for magnets that I should have found within 10 seconds of entering the beneath, we eventually found it, and proceeded to pillar all the way to the near surface layer to gather something that I would realistically only need a couple pieces of.
Magnesites.
Then, after a handful of hours of searching and digging, I eventually found some graphite.
Oh.
A whole 40 pieces of it. It's fine, it's fine, it's enough to get started. I'm not mad about it, it's fine. I actually love it when the train generation makes me look for something for far too long, and then I have to look for something for 85 hours for one specific. After returning home, I made my steam grinder magically double my graphite, and once it was done, I then combined the graphite with some sticky resin to make unfired brushes, which I then fired. Then, using some stone, copper, and resin, I made myself some commuters, excuse me. Thereafter, I conjured some steel rods and made some steel blades hot, which allowed me to polarize them into their magnetic counterparts. Next, I made some copper wire and some tin cable, before making some LV motors.
Let's go 40 LV motors. Let's go. We're gonna get circuits. We're gonna get a lot, like I say, 64 circuits, and for that we need a bit of copper. That's the plan.
I then garnered a ton of malachite, smelted it, smelted some nickel as well.
I hazard to guess 12.5 seconds times 64 is around about 12.5 seconds times 64. That.
Then I turned some wood pulp into chat, then into paper, flattened some copper twice over,
Ain't doing shit
before turning it into fine wire.
via a hammer. So. This, we do a wire cutter, and we get the fine copper wire.
All so I could make some resistors.
Word resistors, and actually, we can just make them immediately, right now. Thanks, game. There we go. 2 stacks of resistors. Awesome.
I also ordered the magnesite to behave and become magnesia, in order to use it as a catalyst in our vulcanizing press.
Block here.
Next up,
And there we go. We have the steam vacuum chamber. Now we just want to make it high pressure as well. There we go. High pressure. There we go.
I harvested some cobalt off camera, but actually on camera, but I didn't find the clip because I was lazy. I set it to smelt in a blast furnace to make my cobalt matte ingots. With these, I set it to alloy with some iron and nickel to make covar necessary for the vacuum tubes.
And that in there. And yeah, that there. Now it makes us cobar.
Thereafter, I made some more glass dust, such that I could make some glass tubes, and it takes the same amount of dust as a block of glass for one tube. Feels kind of odd for a modpack with realistic chemistry to do that. And then I get struck by lightning.
Did I just get struck by lightning? Oh, and I wasn't even paying attention. What the is? That's crazy.
I have been gradually flattening my copper into plates such that I would eventually transform it all into wire. All of this wire will be used to make a stack of circuit boards.
Go. Awesome.
In the meanwhile, I have made some copper nickel, then flattened it alongside some nickel. After turning the copper nickel to fine wire and some of the nickel into blah 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 blah, bam, we have vacuum tube guts.
Oh, okay, that's plenty.
The cover I made previously gets donated, and afterwards we put the important components into the vacuum chamber and get our tubes.
We're making the vacuum tubes. Let's go. Let's go.
She tubing on my back.
And
it's
moment of truth. not nearly as fast back, is it? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And there we go. The basic circuit, a full stack of it, and it should hopefully last us until hopefully midway through LV, in which case we can already have access to the circuit assembler, hopefully, and cheaper circuits as well.
And thereafter, I make the machine casing.
Steel hull. Oh, it's a wrench, that's why. Why?
I make some machine casing, then into machine holes.
L in machine hull.
Is the basic steam turbine.
And there we go, steam turbine. Low voltage. Beautiful. Absolutely wonderful. Also, nice great text, by the way.
Afterwards, I built a new flavor of chunk, this time with a roof, as to prevent rainfall on my machines for a reason that will be demonstrated by this crocodile here. Once in LV,
last thing I need to do is to make myself a machine, because I am not finished until I get them. How many of these can I make? A lot. Okay. Nice. There we go. 2 LV robot arms. And the basic assembling machine.
we get a warm welcome into it by the developers.
Oh, you've got to be... What the fuck?
Warm, as in gunfire warm.
Man, what the man? And my game crashed. Didn't it? Man, what am I supposed to do? I'll tell you what I'm doing. You, it's all go. For that bullshit. You. I actually can't bother to work with that. What the hell? Next video. I'll do that next video. I'll worry about that next video. Okay? It's fine. Like literally dropping in like a second. I was not prepared for that. Goddamn. What the fuck? Jesus. And we're that. We're done. Alright. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time for episode 1. Like, share, subscribe, do all that. Memberships are available for those who are interested. And good luck and Godspeed.